One of the things that I like about this defensive unit is just the consistency in how we operate throughout the week. You look at the long flight getting back. Those guys didn't hesitate for us getting back into the groove of things this week. And we're going to need that with a tough opponent that we're playing in the Carolina Panthers. Those guys are averaging, I believe, 143 yards on the ground, which is extremely impressive. And we got to do a great job of really trying to stop that run this week. Two dynamic running backs, and they're going to tote the load quite a bit. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Any emotions? Obviously, it's been a few years just playing the Panthers this week.
To be quite honest, no. When you look at the next game mindset and where we are right now is just really trying to create some consistency in what we had last week defensively and trying to put together another great performance. So to be honest, no.
You talk about consistency. How do you go about that, maintaining that?
I think it's our approach in practice, and I think it's really starts with our players. It's tremendous character in that room, and how those guys come to work, regardless of the record. The record is what it is, but you wouldn't know that based off how we operate within the building, how we go about our day-to-day operation on the practice field, and it showed this past week. The one thing that we have to do is, and I talked to the guys about this, and they all agree. We got to find that one or two more plays. It was great to get our first takeaway. We got to find the ability to get one more. On the third possession of the game, we got to find a way to get off the field, particularly on that fourth down play, which led to a touchdown later. So we still finding ways within ourselves, even though, quote unquote, it was a good performance. We got to do better, and that's the thing that's intriguing with these guys. They want to.
What's the key going to be? You mentioned the run game battles, obviously, been going off the last couple of weeks. What's going to be the key to stopping them?
I think, again, everybody doing their job. When you talk about run defense, it's making sure that everybody maintain a gap, that we play with great hands across the board, creating separation, and no one really trying to do anything beyond their job. And that's what you see a lot of times when explosive plays happen. Guys are getting out of their gaps.
What do you see from Bryce Young right now just on film?
Very efficient. He's doing a hell of a job running that offense. He doesn't panic. You can see him in the pocket. Even when he gets outside the pocket, his eyes are still down the field trying to find the open receiver. So I think he's doing a great job. And, again, it's going to be a challenge for us and how they've been playing the last 2 weeks.
You obviously went into last week's game, giving up 30-plus points in your first 5. What was the difference? And I know a little bit was made about the guys getting together, a little bit of a players' meeting prior to going to London. Do you think that had any effect at all, just kind of clarifying things?
Well, I think anytime when you have a meeting like that, I think a lot of things come out of it. And the biggest thing that I took is really the accountability that all the guys wanted to make sure that everyone was taking accountability. And when I say everyone, when it got back to me, I expressed to them that as coaches, we got to take accountability. We all are in this together. And it was one of those things that we all wanted to make sure that we focus on the details and everything that we were doing that particular week. That's what you saw.
What do you see Eric Quinn so far this year? His numbers are not as productive as they have been in the last couple of years. It's obviously only 6 games in. He's maybe got 1 sack. Are they people doing anything different? He's always been double teamed.
Well, I think that's the key. He's one of the top players in the league, so he's going to draw a lot of attention, and that's what he's been getting. We got to do a great job of really trying to move him around and free him up some, so you can see his ability, and he can rush anywhere. He can rush inside, outside as well. So that's going to be the key for us.
How did Brownlee acquit himself in his first significant action?
I think really when you look at it, it sort of speaks for itself. He brought some energy out there. He caused the first takeaway of the season for us. He made some great plays on the perimeter when they tried to throw the jailbreak screen out there, the bubble. So he's everything that we anticipated and we thought. He's physical, he's tough, and very instinctive.
What did you think you saw from? What did you see from Pico last week against the Broncos?
Very, very excited and pleased with his performance. I thought we saw the physicality. You saw him playing downhill, playing on their side of the line of scrimmage, knocking off pullers, making tackles in the backfield. You saw his ability to go from sideline to sideline. So I thought he had a good performance in the game. And the one thing that we're talking about with him, with everybody across the board, let's try to make that the same thing this week, if not even better. So consistency, as we talked about, and having a back-to-back great performance.
What kind of impact did you think Jermaine had? I mean, I think he got one sack. He probably had a couple more that he was close to getting.
His talent level, just to be able to be out there on the field, makes us better. It really does. He doesn't really get a lot of, I don't say he doesn't get a lot of credit. People don't really talk about his run ability, to be able to stop the run. He does a great job in setting edges. You see the reverse, you see the toss. He's out there running on the perimeter. We know and see what he does as a pass rusher. He's very effective, but he has a complete overall game.
Getting back to Brownlee for a second, what did you know of him prior to him getting here?
I would say I didn't know much about him as a player, as a person. You know the guys throughout the league. Coach Harris, Chris Harris, our secondary coach, coached him in Tennessee. So he had a personal relationship with him, know him in regards to his character, how tough and how physical he was. So those are the things that we're intrigued about. And it didn't take us long to be able to see that.